Thank you for joining me for another episode of 1000 Days of Feng Shui.
My name's Dashel. I only just finally learned that the etymology of my name, Dashel, Dachel, French surname means from heaven. So, what an abundant blessing. And this episode, I wanted to talk about blessings in Feng Shui and start to talk about, why we would want to even consider the idea, the belief, the meaning. And it's all inherently in the idea of finding longevity for life. And this can be seen through the template in the lens of how we view everything that has trickled down to us through the 8 different schools and everybody else's added interpretations through Feng Shui. And so, this is why you see things like the emperor's seat position. Because originally, Feng Shui was for the upper class to look out for the emperor, to keep them as alive and healthy, to create a dynasty. And it was a closely guarded secret, like all the other high art forms, Qigong, and Kung Fu, and martial arts. And let's talk about that for a second, whether or not I'm sidetracking or not. Let's talk about the fountain of life. I was probably in my 20s, mid-20s, I would say 25. I was going through, I've always been a very passionate, energetic type of person. I've always been an artist, and I was going through a negative headspace at the time, and I realized I needed to do something about it drastically, which seems to be the reoccurring motif when things are getting out of whack in my life. And maybe that's why you're here right now. I seem to remember maybe a friend recommended this. I was talking about wanting to maybe get into martial arts. This one friend of mine recommended this school. I went and I checked it out, and it was Shaolin Do with Master Joe, learned from Sing Quan Te. Sing Quan Te is attached to a classical old Shaolin lineage of Iron Palm. And so I remember going, and I just looked at something on the door that was a map, China, and I just remember seeing Wu-Tang Mountain lit up as though they were going on a field trip there for something. Well, I knew that Wu-Tang wasn't anything to mess with, so I was wide-eyed white boy ready to step into a whole new universe. And I hope I'm not blinding you too much with these bad boys. I'm trying to get some sun on them for something I'll be talking about later that I'm excited to share. So anyways, I remember showing up to the class, and there was all these wonderful instructors. One of my favorites was the one in charge of my conditioning class. And he was very amazing, and we got to be good friends, and I thought he was so much younger than he was. And when I learned he was like almost twice the age that I had guessed him at, in his 40s or something, or 50s maybe, I can't remember, but I remember being astonished. And I I continued to look around at the people, everybody that was seriously into it. Like, I had originally approached it like, hey, this will help my mindset for getting stuff done and achieve goals with my art. I wasn't like, oh, let's find the fountain of youth. I was born in the late 70s. I'm 48 years old. I am told I look young for my age. I don't dye my hair. I try to age gracefully, but also with a little caution and care, but also not enough. But I'm working on it. I am a work in progress. We're going to talk about the balance with Feng Shui of how it's all connected with the mind, body, spirit. It's not just about making your house look presentable. It's about making you look presentable. And then if you do both those things and you have guests over and you act foolish or rude, the energy you and your home are projecting are linked with you. Will permanently be cast in a negative light to the person you are presenting this negativity to, because one thing I've learned in life is people will always remember your bad days so much longer than you will. And that's a good reason to try to be on our best behavior and mind our manners. Now, Qigong, the movement of energy, capturing the Qi, all this stuff in Kung Fu is all essentially tracing the energy going through your body, the origin of Chinese medicine, and how that's all overlapped into Feng Shui in your home, so that your home is a reflection of you, your temple. But it isn't just that. It's one of my favorite things I heard lately is the kind of, I thought really hit home, is your home is a 3D vision board. It is a reflection of you and what your past and future are manifesting at once. Okay, I got a little heavy there. Now I tap danced into some experimental physics there for a second, so let's back up a second. Metaphysics, quantum, experimental, it's all fascinating, and it's all yin yang when studying energy and how it works and how it moves. And working out, we're going to not just be doing some cleaning, we're going to be doing some working out. Horse stances is a good one. Deep bow stances, breathing exercises, isometrics. When we see a lot of the top Feng Shui masters, they look pretty well off. I mean, we're talking like sometimes they look like, televangelical level, doing well, doing good. And that is as it should be, because why would we want to listen to someone that's not doing that well? Only listen to people that are where you want to be. Am I where you want to be? Well, let's talk about that for a second. What's been happening to me lately since I started my channel? This is episode 5 now. So let me tell you what I'm going. But no, let's get to what's happening to me. What's going so good in my life? I mean, manifestation has been a little wild. I've been wanting to get some new tailor-fitted slacks that fit me exactly. I found some laying in the street recently. I needed a new charge cord for my phone. Well, I'm no longer the weird wire box hoarder, but I do have a couple backups for necessary items as I obviously need it. Don't be, don't be the weird wire hoarder. Don't be a hoarder in any way. That's a whole nother episode. Get rid of clutter. I'm trying to focus on telling you what's going on. But more than anything, guys, gals, anybody help, no, however you identify yourselves in whatever manner, gender fluid, whatever, everybody is a part of Feng Shui Town. I have good news. I landed the part in the movie I was dying to get into. I'm gonna put the poster here. Directed by an anomaly, James Dean. They're like, wait, is this our Tyler Soulsay moment? Is this guy crazy? Has he been making up everything? No, the guy's really named James Dean. An amazing guy. Boop. There he is. And this movie, it's a salute to, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Giallo, Italian horror cinema of the 60s and 70s. And Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp is going to be in it. She's been in over 200 movies. I mean, other amazing actresses. Lynn Lowry. She's worked with David Cronenberg and George Romero. And I'm going to be in an action scene with the guy who was in 3 from Hell with Rob Zombie. I wanted to be in this film so bad. I've been manifesting the heck out of it. And I didn't think it was in the cards anymore, but I don't know if an actor dropped out or what happened, but I was presenting my channel. I believe it was my first episode for this channel, if that's crazy synchronicity, as I was uploading it. I was like, oh, let me share it with my good director buddy who also creates businesses on his own. And so I share it with him, and he's like, hey, wait a second. I'm like, I'm listening. Yeah, I got the role. I fly out in 3 weeks, and I'm very excited, which means it would be kind of like the LeVar Burton reading Rainbow episode where he goes on set. That's how the Feng Shui, 1,000 Days of Feng Shui episode is going to be 3 weeks from now. I'm going to be in St. Louis, and hey, maybe we can move some stuff around my friend's house. Anyways, my movie career is, I have done other work. I do voice work for trailers. Here's one thing. In a godless hive of steel and concrete, it was up to one nun to make sure God's work was done. That was for the movie Fontaine, the Vengeful Nun That Would Not Die. The last one. After a life of love and loss, it was time to kick ass like a boss. That was my catch I did for James Dean's movie, Absolution. And speaking of, that's where we're at right now. It's time to do it. It's time to live. It's time to seize the energy. It's time to harness it. It's time to move it. It's time to live. It's time to love. It's time to be happy. It's time to give back to the community, because the world is so sick right now. The world is upside down, and I'm not trying to be one of those people, I don't want to get political. Follow me on Twitter, you'll see how political I am. I want to say, though, to everyone, in this upside down world right now, if you are standing on your feet When it flips back upside down the right way, you'll be right side up. That maybe doesn't even make sense, but it did while I was saying it, which is all I'm gonna go with. So it's about meeting the negativity with positivity and balancing it the same way we do in our homes with things we're trying to balance. We need to do that in our community, in our minds, with our loved ones, and with everyone around us. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing y'all again. And let's manifest all the good we can for you, me, our friends, our loved ones, the community, people we don't like. If you don't like someone, ask yourself what it is about that reminds you of you that you need to reflect on and grow from that, because everything that we dislike is just another challenge to find out more about ourselves. Please reach out. Join me for this continuous journey. I definitely will do everything in my power to always have a steady weekly, and I would like to get more into some more occasional daily check-ins. Aside from wanting to get to know my community more, please reach out, ask me anything. At this point in my life, I am able to completely not just read all your comments, but answer questions, go down rabbit holes, ask me stuff about your home. Tell me your story. Hey, maybe you have a cool insight that'll blow my mind. Hit me, please. That aside, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you feel compelled, wonderful. But thanks again. Y'all take care.